Hi, my name is Mihaela. Let's dive into the new features and improvements in this Flow Manager release. First, it's important to let you know that this Flow Manager version is compatible with earlier releases and can be installed on top of existing Flow Manager instances. However, I want to remind you that Flow Manager requires a database to store the Flow repository, either an integrated or external MongoDB database. If you are using MongoDB, check that the version is at least 4.4, especially before performing an update. This Flow Manager version comes with a series of security improvements. We've fixed the high vulnerability in Salam version 2.7.2. We've also fixed sensitive data returns in query string parameters. We've added better validation rules for emails, and we've also added password validation when changing the host or port information of objects to prevent server-side request forgery. Other critical fixes in this month's Flow Manager version are: renaming a role resulted in a user losing its rights. The organization LDAP role mapping selection sometimes did not persist, and upload directory was mandatory for flows where SecureTransport pushes via SFTP protocol. You can check the release notes in the description for a complete list of fixes and product enhancements. For RPM users, we have some improvements to share with you. We've added better folder and file rights restrictions. We've added restart commands for the Flow Manager and Agent RPM, and we've also worked on improving the documentation on this topic. Flow Manager with Bridge and Agent for cloud-to-ground deployment. You can now deploy Flow Manager using the Bridge and Agent components to ensure cross-network connectivity between Flow Manager and managed products, Transfer CFT, and SecureTransport. Kubernetes Helm charts with Terraform are available on the Axway repository for active Flow Manager with Bridge MongoDB Bitnami deployment. Agent is now available in Docker for RPM deployment. When you create or edit a certificate or SSH key, you can now add the public part by using the checkbox Upload Public Content Only. This checkbox is disabled by default, and the private certificate or SSH key must be directly deployed on the product if you choose to use this option. Flow Manager supports flows with JMS connector 105 and 106. For this month's Flow Manager version, we've improved the functionality for each of these connectors. For the JMS 105 connector, we now support new configuration for IBM WebSphere MQ over JMS with TLS. You can see the JNDI configuration field for examples, which can be found in the JMS client communication profiles for participants. For the JMS 106 connector, we've added connection reuse for improved performance and also new default TLS cipher suites. See the advanced connection settings section for these fields, which can be found in the JMS server communication profiles for SecureTransport products. Another new feature is deploy account passwords only if login password changed in Flow Manager. Previously, the SecureTransport plugin was deploying the account password every time a flow was redeployed. This would mean that if a partner changed its password, we were resetting the password with the Flow Manager value every time a flow got redeployed for any other flow change than the password, for example, when changing the flow name. With this Flow Manager version, this is no longer happening, since now we are deploying the account password only when a subscription is in the following cases: when a flow is created or updated and the partner account is new with password stored locally, and when updating the credential password in Flow Manager via the user interface or REST APIs for the partner client communication profile. Thanks for watching. Find more information and resources in the description below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time.